Okay, hello everybody on ESC. This is Killer667QC, known as Mihai. Today I'm here to show you some basic tip on the processor, which is the main reason why you guys are lagging in CS:GO mostly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and explain. Normally I'm gonna hover my mouse, make sure you follow it. You wanna see the core speed. Normally the multiplier, this is your main option, and if you have an Intel, there's gonna be a third option, which I don't recall on top of my head, but it's gonna be there. What you wanna make sure right now is that your core speed is actually not fluctuating. Like you see mine, it's stable. And basically what I want to show in this video is normally the process, and there's a voltage after, I'm gonna go in detail, but just pay attention. You see, it doesn't move, it's stable. This is something you guys are gonna be like, yeah, it's normal for a CPU. Well, bad news. If you download the application CPU-Z, which there's gonna be a link underneath the video, you're gonna see that your actual core speed fluctuates and is not at the speed it's supposed to be. And you guys are gonna be like, what's the reason behind it? Well, let me explain to you. When you have a computer, when you install it and you do not modify anything, it goes in power saving mode, and that is for basically for like general desktop usage for like work and stuff. And what it does, it saves you on power and on heat. And when you guys are gaming, obviously you want to get the best performance, so you want to make sure that core speed is running at the maximum speed. And if you actually download CPU-Z, I'm gonna show a video after even my processor. I'm gonna do that option. Your core speed will actually go from 3100. It will slow down to like 800, 1600 megahertz. It will actually really slow down. So you're gonna see that drop in question. If you happen to see these drops, this is actually 75% of the reason why people complain they have bad FPS and Go. Your processor needs to be at a stable speed. And okay, now I'm gonna go into the second part. What's gonna be the effect mostly? And I'm sorry in advance, guys, I'm not really good at explaining, but just take a look and you're gonna understand. So right now you have the core voltage here. When basically, like I said earlier, when your processor speed is running at at a power saving status, which is gonna be lower than the actual speed. Example, 800 megahertz, like I said. Your core voltage will be actually lower. It's gonna be like 1.1, 1.2. It's gonna fluctuate a lot, so you're gonna see. And that, I'm gonna give you a computer tip as well at the same time. The higher the core voltage is, the more hot your computer will become, and the lower, the more cool your computer will become. So right now, if you see mine is pretty stable, it varies by like 15. It's pretty normal. Here right now, you see my multiplier is stable. What you want to make sure, just check these three options. So I'm just gonna make it simple. Multiplier, it's supposed to be fixed, never moves. Core speed never moves, and your core voltage. If these three are supposed to be at the exact value, which means your core voltage should be at 1.3. You should have a core speed of your processor announced on your box, not lower. If it's higher, congratulations, and you overclocked it, it's normal. And your multiplier should not move. If any of these, just these little steps, this little factor moves, that means you have a power saving option. Now I'm gonna make a post on ESC on detail how to remove them. It varies from AMD to Intel as well. As you can see, my processor right now is not very good, but I'm able to get a steady 150 FPS on Go pretty easy. And when I overclock it to 4.8, I'm able to get a 300 FPS without a problem. So right now you don't have to drop a lot of money on your computer, you just have to follow these steps. And what I'm gonna show you right now as well, guys, since basically I went over the basics, I'm just gonna show you as well some basic NVIDIA tweaking right now that might help you guys. If you guys happen to have an NVIDIA graphic card and you want to get that up feeling from 1.6, or just basically that source up where it's super fast, what you want to do is go into manage 3D settings. Just make sure yeah, no, exactly, just go into manage 3D settings, should be there, and then you should scroll right here. It's called maximum pre-rendered frame. You want to set that option to 0. That's remove the interpolation and online games, which makes your up basically insta scope like an 1.6 or source. And the reason is because Go is on a direct 3D games, it's gonna run on the maximum pre-rendered frame, and 1.6 is OpenGL, so it doesn't run off the NVIDIA driver. And this is pretty much what I want to guys show. Just make sure your core speed is the same, multiplier, voltage, and I'm gonna answer the question on the thread in more detail, but this is gonna be the first video. I'll go more in detail as I get more views and used to making this video, but this is pretty much the basic. Thank you for listening, and if you have any question, answer in the thread. I will be there answering the question as well.